beautiful. So this is my new Coyote rifle. Bing! It's actually my first because I never went coyote hunting. Yes, I know I could have used any rifles that I have in the back, but what's the fun, right? New hunt, new rifle. Funny story, it's my mailman who's been delivering those long packages over the course of the last year. At some point he asked me, hey, are those rifle by the way? I was like, yeah, of course. We started chatting. Happens that he's a hunter. He's actually hunting not far from here, and he loves coyote hunting, and he invited me. So I was like, you know what? That's a perfect opportunity to start something new. I wanted a 6.5 Grendel for a long time. I wanted it in a CZ 527. I couldn't find it. So I think the second best option for me, at least in the bolt action, was the Howa mini action 1500s. And this is not the stock, you know, the chassis it came with. I have the original one here. It looks like a Hogue. It's not a Hogue, but it looks like a Hogue style. You know, composite, nice texture, quite rigid, which cool. But I wanted something different. And if you know me, you know my channel, I'm more of a classic guy, you know. I like classic hunting rifle look, the wood. And I wanted to try something new, you know, something exotic. I wanted to delve into the tactical. I would say, hey, you know, I don't discriminate. I'm an inclusive guy. I like to try new things here and here. Different rifles, different weight, different feelings, and I actually get the appeal, you know, like holding one for real, the pistol grip, the nice rubbery texture it has, the solidity of the chassis is wonderful. The chassis, if you ask, is MDT LSS XL Gen 2, and I put the most inexpensive buttstock that I could get, I think, on their website. This one is the, what it's called again? It's called the CSS buttstock. Still adjustable. I can also adjust the length of pull, the height of the cheek weld. I added here on the MLEC system here an Arca Swiss rail, so I can put it on top of a tripod, which I'm going to show you. I'll cover the tripod in a different video because that tripod is a beast and it's deserves its own video. I don't have a sling yet, as you can see, and what I have is there is a slit here, an MLEC slit for a sling attachment point, but I do not like to have my attachment point here at the bottom. I like them to be on the side, right? So I'm probably gonna drill something here and stick one of my flush cup mount for the sling, and I'll add something on the MLEC forward here for the other end of the sling. Other than that, the installation was very easy. Everything drops in very nicely. No issue here with the MDT. The tolerance are tight. Removing the mag is still a little bit because it has a very stiff spring in the magazine latch release. Really nice. Very sturdy, very solid. I know I can abuse this thing for the years to come. When it comes to the rifle itself, the barrel and the action, it's a mini action, right? So it has a very small bolt. The 6.5 Grendel. I did it between the Grendel and a 6mm, and I went with the Grendel because I already own two 6.5 caliber rifle. I have a Creedmoor and a PRC, 6.5 PRC. Accustomed to the 6.5, I was like, you know what? Let's complete the family here, the collection of 6.5, and I went with the Grendel, which I covered this caliber in a separate video if you want to see what I think. Fantastic little cartridge. I'm super excited to have one now. At the end of the barrel, you'll see that I have a brake. So yes, the muzzle is threaded, and I put an APA Chody muzzle brake. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but and honestly, of course, it's a 6.5 Grendel. It doesn't kick much, and with this muzzle brake, it's virtually delete the recoil on that rifle. It's insane. It's not a muzzle brake, it's a recoil deleter. And it's, I was shooting up north. Yeah, you'll see the footage during the edit, and it was really fun to shoot. You know, the weight of the rifle, it's not light, it's about 8 pounds. scope and everything. But I think just the weight of the rifle makes a huge difference, and of course having the recoil deleter at the end of this barrel definitely. Now, the pièce de résistance of this build, I think, is the scope, and I don't say this lightly, but this is my first US Optics in mil radiant. It's also my first second focal plane. The tube is 30 millimeters. I have plenty of adjustment here in the on the vertical elevation. But I'm always surprised when I look through a US Optic and see the clarity of the glass, the fine line of the actual reticle, how thin, how delicate, how precise, and how truly, you know, it's when you put the price on some items, sometimes you wonder where the quality is, but when you get the US Optics, it's clear. It's like there's no question asked. The knobs feel, the click are positive, you know, there's no wondering whether you went one click or not. It's not mushy at all. And when you're done with the adjustment, you push it back and it's locked in place. The parallax adjustment is crystal sharp. Like, you know, you look through the scope, you adjust the parallax, and everything comes into perfect focus. What else I can tell about this? It's no, I mean, okay, yeah, actually I do have a little caveat, and it's not about the scope, it's more about my current setup right now. And when I'm at the lower magnification, everything is perfect. I have a nice cheek weld, and I can see actually clearly through, clearly, you know, the picture is pretty cool. But when I go to higher magnification, the buck's eye is a little bit tight, and I need to straight, you know, push my neck forward a little bit to have maximum clarity. And the issue I have here is because I went with low rings, and I should be using medium rings. And actually, I already cut my Picatinny rail a little bit to allow, I'm sure you can see the clearance here. So I already cut the Picatinny rail because I couldn't have the scope this far back. So I cut like a couple of, maybe half an inch forward here for the clearance. And even that, it's still not enough. So I'll have to bring higher rings just to pull the scope back a little bit more. It's a very tiny scope. You know, you can see the distance between the two rings. You'll see that there's, you know, not a lot of play here, and I think getting that 1.5 centimeters further back will actually help a lot. And when I'm in, you know, a good cheek weld with that magnificent, you know, the buck's eye and the eye relief on that scope. That's the only caveat, and it's more of my setup. It's nothing with the scope. Back on the rifle, I love AICI's magazine. This is great. You know, putting the magazine in is, you have like a loud click, it's solid, it's not moving, it's not rattling much. It's like very stiff, unlike the Bergara crest that I had, where if you've seen my previous video, it's like you just shake the rifle and the magazine just flap in the wing. The bolt is not super smooth, okay? On the Howa, of course, it's a new rifle, and it will get better over time as, you know, the pieces in the middle wear a little. But right now, it's a little bit gritty, and I think you can hear that through the sounds. If I shut up. I haven't tested for full accuracy yet. Yes, I've been up north shooting. I only sent a couple of rounds. I was mainly interested at hearing that gun at distance, and I wasn't like, you know, in a nice position to actually start shooting for groups. There was a lot of wind also, so you know, the result wouldn't have been a reflection of what the platform is capable. But I'm eager. I will do a proper break-in of this barrel, and then I'll start developing loads. But that being said, I think it's a wonderful little rifle. I think this gonna make a great deer rifle as well. A bit heavy to carry, you know, like 8 pounds. If you know me, I want my rifle to be below 7 because I carry a lot of gear with me, and it's I don't like carrying heavy rifle through the woods when I'm still hunting. But for coyote hunting, usually we get to a place, I will not have a lot of gear with me, and we reach a place, we do the setup, we lay there for like an hour and a half, 2 hours stop, and then we move to the next area. So it's not like, you know, I'm not climbing up mountains and through the wild for hours and hours. So having just a nice sling attachment is going to be quite helpful with this setup. In the interest of time, I will stop this video here. I will add another video which includes my entire shooting session, so you'll see everything that happened with this rifle. Of course it did, but you will have this, you know, the good and the ugly at the range. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you like this channel and the work that I do, please consider supporting me by visiting one of my affiliated links in the description. And thank you so much for doing so. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. See you folks, bye bye.